Quick Crypto family and my Coin Factory family. We're back again with another daily Casper and crypto live stream. I apologize, I'm a little bit ill today, so if my voice sounds a little bit under the weather, then you know why. But be that as it may, we cannot stop our daily Casper and crypto FOMO, and we have some equally very important announcements for today's stream. We've got some developments in regards to some macro factors. Potentially we could see some relief rally very soon. We'll get into that in a moment, but ultimately at the same time we have some updates, some confirmation from the KII about stablecoins definitely coming up for Casper this year, which is very, very bullish. And then we've got a build on top of that from Johnny and the KEF, ultimately confirming as such, but also explaining the difficulties that Casper are going to have to overcome. Because stablecoins, launching them are not hard, but making them good and making them compete with other stablecoins in the market like USDT Tether, USDT Circle, and so on and so forth, that is the challenge that Casper will be trying to surpass. But as always, I think Casper can do it. They have a very strong system, and I think they will have the partnership to do so as well. We'll get into that all in the stream. As always, if you enjoy, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And Casper, right now we can see, is currently down 1.98% on the daily time frame, currently valued at 8.64 cents. So it is still currently holding strong at this level of support here around 8 cents, which again, those who are part of the executive community here, who tuned in for our weekly roundtable yesterday, our exclusive weekly roundtable, would have heard the experienced trader of C Crypto, my man, highlight that this level right here is seemingly an extremely strong level of support due to the fact that when we saw Casper originally rise from 5 to 15 cents, this was seemingly a launch pad. We saw Casper rally up to 9 cents, come back down to 8 cents, and launch pad straight up to 15 cents. So potentially this is the next bottom for Casper. Of course, we'll have to wait and see, because macro news could definitely affect the price of Casper and Bitcoin and crypto going forward. But be that as it may, I'm personally not worried about the short-term price action of Casper, and it's because I see what's happening behind the scenes. And I understand the significance of what Casper is building, and what I should really be focusing on is not so much the price action in the short term, more so other factors like the hash rate. I know no one really cares or wants to hear about them most of the time, but this is very, very important because Casper is a proof of work project. Therefore, if the hash rate is staying consistently high, if not even rising, that is a good indicator that this project is still getting a lot of adoption, proof of work. The price is not as significant because the longer the hash rate stays up, if it continues staying in that fashion, eventually there'll be a supply shock where the demand will outweigh the supply coming in and the price will start to rally excessively. Here from St. Casper's true signal. Unlike Bitcoin in its early years, Casper faced significant price suppression due to Binance offering leveraged perpetual USDT futures without a spot listing. Right now we're seeing a lot of leverage trading going on. That is why Casper is struggling, and as highlighted in this post here, shout out to Cody, stock market psychic or insider trading queen. Ultimately here's just talking about Nancy Pelosi, who basically is just, insider trading. The whole premise of the message here is that no matter what market you're in, stock market or crypto market, those who have the bigger capital, those who are insider circles, they are the ones that always come out winning. All you can do is follow the money, be a fish swimming along with the whales. The same thing goes on in Casper and crypto at the very same time. This setup that Binance and other exchanges do allows short positions to drive down the USD price without the ability to convert to actual Casper. To get a clearer picture of Casper's true network growth, we should be focusing on its hash rate instead, to which I should have preloaded this, I apologize, but I'm going to load up the website for it right now. It's 2miners, the website, 2miners.com, I believe. 2miners.com, Casper network hash rate. We can see here right at the hash rate is still staying quite strong. We saw it peak to 1.58 EH about 4 days ago, and right now it's hovering quite strongly around 1.43 EH. This is its all-time right now. Had a little bit of a dip period in around early January, but since then it made a recovery back up to this level again, holding quite strong. So showcasing once more that the miners are still very much on board with Casper, which is good to see. And this is a good sign to showcase that Casper's growth is still there despite the price is still correcting. Hash rate is much harder to manipulate because increasing it requires substantial computational power and cost, one of the core principles of a proof of work system, the core principles of Casper. Interestingly, Casper's hash rate not only follows the power law like Bitcoin's, but it also has been increasing at a faster rate than Bitcoin's over the long term. This suggests strong organic network growth despite external price suppression, and also is partly because of Casper's very excessive and extreme emissions more emission schedule. You know, Bitcoin has a halving every 4 years. Kaspa has a halving every year, and has continuous monthly pullbacks, if you will. So this is a reason why Kaspa again is kind of growing at a quicker state than Bitcoin is one. Also, the market right now in crypto is much bigger than when Bitcoin was first founded, and a lot of people right now, due to the excessively growing hash rate, with the price capitulating more and more, they're saying the Kaspa is going to fall out and die because the miners aren't making any money anymore. And I am not a miner, so I cannot attest to this personally, but those who have been mining Kaspa seem to share a difference of opinion. Here, I've been mining are true or false for Kaspa. Talking about Shy here, about, you know, he's a talented man. Of course, I think everyone understands he's talented, and if he's quite an intellectual person, people don't like his personality, if you will. But I also be just talking about Kaspa and Shy and what's happening here. And this guy, Rabbi Random, replies here saying, lost me at decentralized. If you are living in a Kaspa maxi hole, the network is going to start turning very centralized, as a lot of miners will be quitting, leaving, or only Marathon left to dump to Bitcoin. Bear markets, when it hits, is going to be rough for Kaspa without any major pump or unholding. So block reward reduction is one of the most aggressive in crypto, 4 times faster than Bitcoin. It halves every year, which means the price needs to double every year just to remain at the same price or profits, with 0 extra hash being added. And Kaspa Guru, this whole paragraph here, Kaspa Guru here responds to the fact saying this is completely false. There are so many home miners like himself who would not stop mining Kaspa regardless of the price, because people have been claiming that the mining will become centralized over the next few years, yet Kaspa continues to make new hash rate all-time highs every month. Again, I am not a miner of Kaspa, so I cannot personally attest to this, but from people who do mine Kaspa, whether they're maxis or not, they seem to say that no matter what, they'll still continue to mine Kaspa because seemingly still have a lot of belief in Kaspa and what they're building. And some of that will come down, again, to these sort of developments like Stablecoins coming to Kaspa, which we'll get into in just a moment. But what's also interesting to note, again, shout out to the community. I have a free Discord server, which you're more welcome to join as you want to, where we talk about crypto and Kaspa. And right now, despite the doom and gloom in the price, we have a lot more education going on there right now. Shout out to certain individuals who are doing their job to educate the community right now. And we're showing signs right now that seemingly we're seeing charts that are, you know, representing similar sort of stage to Ethereum, and the different Ethereum was still a proof of work project. Here, from audit, says I usually try to avoid posting charts and focus on fundamental part of Kaspa, but these are the rare moments that hopefully rare, where I consider it appropriate to show people how the markets can behave and guide you to depression in the worst possible moment. So look at Ethereum back in 2016, which we're going to look to in a moment. Those days, it was the revolutionary crypto project that was supposed to disrupt the crypto space. What happened to the price? It topped in June 2016, and since then bleeded for 172 days, a 72% drop of the price. Look right here. We saw that happen. It dropped from here all the way down to here. In 172 days, that's Ethereum. What happened to Ethereum? Back in 2016, when it was deemed as the same way how Kaspa being now labeled as the next project to disrupt the system. That's what Ethereum was labeled back in 2016 due to smart contract and everything else. As a proof of work system, meant to be the next thing better than Bitcoin. Kaspa, similarly, comparatively at least, it topped in July or August 2024. And since then, it has bled for 186 days to find its current local bottom around a 65.9% drop. Subsequent range currently bottomed a bit below Golden Pocket and went up again. Kaspa is lagging Bitcoin's price development for several months, but does it ring a bell? Potentially, we're seeing Kaspa repeat what Ethereum did in the early days. Look how big Ethereum is right now, number 2. Of course, it's called smart contracts. It also changed its whole, business structure as well. But I think Kaspa, if it can stay true to its true nature and fundamentals of proof of work, fair launch, all the sort of developments going on, and also be able to be scalable and efficient enough to become this infrastructure blockchain for the entire blockchain space, if you will, this infrastructure L1 for the entire blockchain space, whilst remaining true to its nature, it will have a quicker rally up, especially with institutional adoption being here as well. It could rally up faster than Ethereum rallied up as well. And it's also, again, this information I'll highlight in my community and post it in there again. The fact that Grayscale are acknowledging Kaspa is also a sign that it has got some good adoption coming through. The fact that Marathon are mining Kaspa is also a good sign. It's got some adoption coming through very soon. And even Jim here highlights it right now. Kaspa's got vibes from 2016 Ethereum. You saw it? Look at the charts between Kaspa and Ethereum. 2016 to right now. Almost carbon copied. Very, very similar. And after that, we saw Ethereum do a massive rally. So again, it's a comparative speculation. It's not confirmation, but there could be a chance we are seeing Kaspa potentially represent or replicate a similar sort of price movement to Ethereum it did in the early days, when Ethereum now is the second biggest crypto project in the space. And I think we'll see some big value for Kaspa very soon based on all the incoming developments. We know crypto.com is one that is, I believe, due to list Kaspa in due time in the cycle. This is another potential leak, more posts like this. And I'm thinking every time I see this, I also see partly being a Kaspa Maxi, I believe it's talk about Kaspa. But we've seen multiple posts from crypto.com like this as well already. You also know Binance. Crypto Kaspa Enthusiast made a post about this here. Binance, again, are seemingly gearing up to list Kaspa as well. Since there are different dates regarding the deadline for the payout of the rewards for Kaspa, it's been cleared up right here from Kaspa Enthusiast. Binance clearly states in the event information that the rewards will be paid out no later than 14 working days after the event ends. This means that the rewards must be paid out no later than February 12th or 14th, but it depends on whether Binance counts Saturday as a business day or not. So right now, everyone expects it's going to be tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. It's either going to be the 12th or the 14th. I've got it down in my free Discord server in the information or important dates channel that right now, 10th is the day that everyone's saying, but it looks more so going to be 14th or 12th. I'm more on the line it's going to be 14th because I don't imagine they'll consider Saturdays as business days. So if we don't get a listing before the 14th, then I guess you can panic if you want to. Don't panic. It's not that deep. It's really not. Exchange listings are great, for getting immediate price movement, and it could be very helpful for Kaspa, but long-term other things, what does it matter? What we care about is 10 BPS, stablecoins, smart contracts, the institutional adoption. That's what matters. Retail is it's good for short-term prices, but the long-term it doesn't mean anything. So look out for this. It could be a very big deal. And once more, if we go and highlight the wallet, the suspected Binance wallet here, we can see it's currently holding over 500 million. 500 million Kaspa right now, we can see. And it's constantly testing out Kaspa. Every single day, which again, considering how close we are getting to this deadline, is quite interesting. We saw a 10 Kaspa happen last night, and we saw another one happening today. So now, every single day, this wallet is running tests. These three transactions here, this one, and this one, all happen within a span of 10 minutes from each other. So they're having repetitive tests right now. And considering, again, the funding pool's coming close to, the distribution period coming close to an end, it could represent a Binance listing, or again, Binance preparing to list Kaspa. Speculative again, not financial advice to your own research, but we've been analyzing this wallet for a long time right now. If you go onto Kaspalytics.com, which I'll load up again, you copy this wallet address right here, you can go track through this wallet's history. And you can see right here, this wallet has been scooping up Kaspa since March of 2024, continuously, and had a call-off period in the last 2 weeks of 2024, and then started going aggressively again. And now it's running tests. So again, we have to wait and see. But I do believe that this wallet is an exchange for sure, and is gearing up for a Kaspa listing. I want to say it's Binance as well. We do know that Binance, big exchange in the world, will be good for Kaspa in the short term. Again, same time, I don't really care personally. I mean, I do care, but I care just so it deters the FUD for the community. Because right now, people are very scared with Kaspa. Understandably, because it's come down quite significantly. And therefore, an exchange like Binance will definitely help alleviate some of that stress and that worry and that FUD. But at the same time, those of us who have done our research, looked into detail what Kaspa's building, understand what's being built, and understand about the fact that it's going to hopefully become this future form of money, these exchanges, while important for deterring FUD, they're not actually that important. What's important is getting Kaspa out there as a form of money. Exchanges aren't needed for that. At least not in the same sort of extent as you would have it for like paying. You already see Kaspa being used for payment all over the place as well. Starting to come more and more. And the KRI will also be utilizing Kaspa as a form of, bridge asset or payment as well in their projects they're building when they come to fruition with smart contracts. Right now, Kaspa's volume is coming down more and more because there's not enough money in the market right now. No one's buying more and more. We've got 41 million. That is not ideal. But when the market recovers, you'll see that volume spike up again. That could be the event catalyst needed for the likes of Binance to jump on board. We can see again dominated by Gate, 23-24%. Mexi's 18, LBank's 16, and Bybit again staying above 10%, which, all things considered, is very, very good at 12.60%. The higher it is, the better it is for all of us as well. Capital price is struggling right now, but again, look what happened to Ethereum in the early days of Ethereum. And Kaspa is going to try and compete, if not surpass Ethereum, in the future to be, with it still staying true to proof of work. Something that's not been achieved before. We're going to see it come to fruition. exchanges are going to come on board in due time. And the reason it's going to happen is because what Kaspa has is revolutionary enough. What's up? Devious me. Welcome back to Mission 1. I've been very, very well. Nessie as well. Welcome back. Hi there. What a week again. My first cycle was killing me emotional. Yeah, I that's precisely why we have a community here and why I do what I do. Because it's not my first cycle. And I do truly understand, after experiencing a cycle for myself, the sort of emotional heartstrings that are there's the heartstrings that are tugging on you, the sort of thought process you go through when you're investing, and you know nothing's going your way. It's not an easy game. If it was easy, hell, we'd all be millionaires. You know, it's not easy, but at the same time, I still have utmost conviction as of right now, because there's no real news that's come out to make me believe there's going to be a cancel of the bull cycle. So I've still got the utmost conviction in the cycle eventually taking off, and Kaspa especially following in suit, if not outperforming everything due to what's coming out through it. Those who understand a lot more, of course, everyone's doing their own research, is very, very good, and those who understand a lot more also are part of the executive community here as well. Get access to institutional research papers that I've got access to somehow, and they're looking at what these institutions want to believe and what they are currently focusing on, and that's also helping us gauge our ideas and our strategies for what we're going to want to invest into in this cycle as well, and also why we believe Kaspa's still going to do very, very well, because what institutions are believing in here and disclosing this in this community right here shows signs that so much more to come in this year. I'm not talking, I mean, future of course, but in this year particularly is this flip the switch year. That's what institutions are all talking about right now, the significance of this year happening. If you want to know more, by all means, got a 7-day free trial period. Come check it out for free. If you don't like what we have to offer there, by all means cancel. Not a problem for me. Again, just trying to provide some more in the community. There's currently 3 already pre-recorded and uploaded weekly live streams on there that go into detail about these exclusive information. So if you want to know more, again, go check that out. We will do a lot more in there. Buy and sell alerts, trades. We had some very profitable trades already. We had a 7.5x on MLG here, a 6.5x on Trusted Web 3, a 25x in Exo Cortex, and we've had a lot more. We're going to do a lot more as well. The cycle starts to get back into good form again. Hidden gems, you name it. Links are down below in the description on my homepage here and also in the chat right now. But I'm not worried about the cycle right now, and I'm not worried about Kaspa. Again, this is proof of that. What I'm about to show you again is proof of this. And equally, what I've shown from institutional documents in the executive page, amongst other things, is proof that the cycle, while struggling, I still see it coming back in the future. Very, very soon. Good morning, Buffalo Theory. You're doing very, very well. Bo is late on his own party, you know. I know. I'm going through the wars right now, honestly. It's been a very rough couple of days for me, but I can't stop grinding, I can't stop grinding at all. I enjoy this stuff too much. Make some of that fireside, Jay. Honestly, I might have to. I'm going to have to get some nasty remedy again. I mean, truth be told, I think my plan today is maybe instead of me working till like midnight like normal, I'm just going to call it quits. Once I've done my right now it's about 8:30 I'm at right now. Once it gets to about 9:30, after I finish the stream, I'll probably just end up going to bed early, trying to get some good night rest, Have a little bit of a let off, and then start going back full force at the new week. What's up, War Britannia? I'm Kaspa and Bitcoin through and through, but what's your take on Ondu? I've heard a bit about Ondu. I haven't got too much on it because I've not looked into it too much detail, but I do think Ondu will do quite well. It's got some very good partnerships, working with some big institutions. I think Ripple might be one of them as well. I think Ondu is one that will make some, it launched earlier last year on CoinMarketCap at least. Code is 28. I'm not saying I trust them, but it's one that it could be worth hedging your bets into. It's got some very good connections to this kind of space where it's going at right now. I can't give too much of an in-depth insight on Ondu, based on my limited understanding of the project right now. But I've got big exchange listings. It's a big project. It will catch the market. Looking at it right now, and based on what I do know from their partnerships with other institutions and crypto companies and whatnot, I want to say it'd rally up higher from here. I can't give you a prediction of such. I need to look more into that, but I think Ondu is a decent hold, truth be told. Not one that I'm holding, but it could be a decent hold. Hope you get through the flu, man. Man flu, worst thing of it. Yeah, I mean, I very rarely get ill, honestly. I actually, that's the one thing I wish I got ill more in school, because I could take time off. I never got ill, so my parents always sent me into school, obviously, because I had to, but I never got ill. I could try and fake it, but I'm just not the best at faking being ill either. But when I get ill, it hits me like a truck, and I hate it. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I am severely lacking in energy, and I'm still trying to put on the massive, massive front of it's still still good, still kicking, What's up, Crypto Gosu? Hope you're doing very, very well as well. Any more on Kaspa being ISO compliant? That it comes down to the KII. KII made a post about Warp Core. Just go through my Discord server to find the information about it. Which basically just goes to talk about here is, so KII made a massive article about, why ISO 2022 matters for Kaspa, bridging the gap between TradeFi and Warp Core. Also, we're just talking about, why it's a big deal, and the fact that with Warp Core, Kaspa will be able to get into the space of ISO 2022, which is again very, very significant. So right now, no, but with KII launching Warp Core, which will come through after smart contracts implemented, which will be in the summer of this year, Kaspa will be ISO compliant, which means it will be access to these banking institutions and whatnot, which is very, very, very bullish. You can say the same about Bitcoin mining wise. I mean, yeah, you definitely can as well in regards to that. You can say that, but I said you can say the same argument for Bitcoin mining as well. But that's why, again, the argument is kind of, I understand where Rabid Miner's argument's coming from here, but at the same time, I also agree with Kasper Guru here that as long as you have conviction in what the project's actually building, and you see, as long as you still have conviction in it, you're not going to leave. From what I know, from what I spoke to about some of the miners, they still have utmost conviction in mining Kaspa despite the price coming down. That's why the hash rate continues to stay quite high despite the corrections. Still staying around 1.4 despite the price coming down to 8 cents. It's quite impressive. With that being said, let's get into this post here from the Wolf of All Streets here. Very big news here. So, Ripple restores XRP Ledger after 64 minutes of network outage. XRP Ledger experienced a 64-minute network halt on February 4th, so that's about 5 days ago, preventing validations from being published and causing network drift. Ripple CTO David Schwartz confirmed the issue, explaining that validator operators had to manually intervene to restore consensus. While the root cause is still under investigation, Schwartz said the network may have spontaneously recovered. Ripple X assured the customer funds remain safe. This incident delayed around 88,000 transactions, but XRP's price remained stable, rebounding 3.2% after the dip. This comes from Cointelegraph here. Now, as it stands right now, from the research that I've conducted and from what I know, XRP Ledger seems to be the institution or exchange of XRP Ledger seems to be the platform of choice for these institutions to bridge crypto. That's what I've understood so far. However, this will not incentivize a lot of faith for institutions if they're having network outages. What these institutions want more than anything is something that's going to be very, very cheap, very, very quick, but also very reliable. The SWIFT system, which is what we currently use to transact, fiat currencies, is old, outdated, it's slow, and also I think it's about 10%, or it's quite a high number. I think 5-10% of transactions actually fail. I have to look into the data again, but SWIFT is unreliable, it's slow, it's expensive. And you also have to have money trapped in Nostro Vostro accounts, so you can actually have the liquidity there to send this money back and forth. Whereas on blockchain, you haven't got to do that. That's the advantage of blockchain. And XRP Ledger is also very cheap and very quick. However, if you're having network outages, this could be a massive red flag for institutions who want to utilize blockchain for their transactions. And as Kaluk highlights here, Kaspa fixes this. And it does. And KII also talks about it as well. It doesn't just fix it, it obliterates this relic. And then talking about, of course, Warp Core again. What Warp Core will do is, as the KII has highlighted again, they said Warp Core will make XRP obsolete. That's their words. Because it will make XRP ISO compliant. And also with Kaspa ISO compliant, and it'll make and with Kaspa's platform, what it is, again, being as quick, if not quicker, and cheap, if not cheaper than XRPs, hopefully also be more secure, more secure because it's decentralized as well. So, a little back and forth from Yes Man and KII. But it comes down to here, Yes Man saying, will we see stablecoin this year on Kaspa? Simple answer is yes. That is extremely bullish news. Very, very bullish news for Kaspa all in all, knowing that stablecoins are definitely coming this year. And we already know that. Oyster and Lee's already announced that stablecoins are being tested right now on testnet 10 for Kaspa, on 1 BPS, testnet 10. Twitch are going to be seeing a bridge between testnet 10 and testnet 11 very soon, I believe. So stablecoins will be coming up for Kaspa before smart contracts, which is possible thanks to KRC20. And then we'll see smart contracts and more stablecoins coming out through the KRI as well. Now, I highlight this because we've got this post here from Johnny again, the vice president of the KEF. So very well-renowned person, very, very knowledgeable. Again, I highlighted my stream yesterday, had a lot of very important nuggets and information from him. That's why I've been paying attention to Johnny very, very closely recently, because he has a lot of insight that has helped me understand more about what Kaspa's building and the KEF as well, and what they're looking to do right now. So he made this response to this question here in Chinese, but we've got the response actually here from the KEF in English. Talk about there's been recently a heated debate discussions of Justin Sutton, who's the founder of Tron, and also Huobi Global as well. I think he's the advisor or something like that. Founder of Tron, so yes, TRC20 USDT, and a stablecoin USDD, which seems to be unpegged on February 5th, mostly among Chinese. Now, so we're seeing, therefore, TRC20 USDT, this stablecoin has been unpegged, which is not good. And here, actually, the KF has done quite a bit of research on stablecoins. There seems to be an interesting project that we'll see. So these seem to be something interesting that we'll see. So we're talking about this sort of stuff coming through. Again, I'll leave a link to all of this in the chat below. But the TLDR of this here is highlighting a number of factors. So the key takeaway here, which uses examples like USD 0++ and USDD, these stablecoins here. But the key takeaway is even well-designed stablecoins can experience temporary depegging, meaning their value will no longer be 1-to-1 with the dollar. It will go slightly below and be maybe like 90 cents. We've seen it with Tether as well in the past as well. It happens. The challenge, ultimately, is when the depegging happens, can they get the adoption to go back so it goes back to 1-to-1 again, or will it just stay depegged and fall off? Convincing people to use a new stablecoin when established options are already there is very, very difficult. So like Ripple's doing right now, they've got the RUSD. Can Ripple convince people to use RUSD over Tether or Circle, two very established stablecoins? Can Kaspa stablecoin, when that comes out, convince people to start using Kaspa stablecoin as opposed to USDC or USDT or even RUSD? Now the way to do that is you can use high interest rates, which could be a strong incentive. However, in doing so, that could cause other underlying issues, which was highlighted here. Which can cause some market manipulation sort of stuff as well. So the whole problem is you've got to try and attract users, which is difficult with other competition already out there, maintain stability, which is always very, very hard, and also rug pulls. Decentralized systems, despite being safer, quote unquote, they are not immune to the risk of a rug pull, where developers suddenly disappear with all the funds. They have to worry. Even decentralized products can do that. So what Kaspa, therefore, what they need to consider when they're launching their stablecoin is how to address these challenges and successfully launch their own stablecoin. So they can, again, attract users by offering a high APY, so a high interest rates, so competitive rewards. They can build a strong and secure ecosystem, developing robust infrastructure like enterprise with level wallets and cross-chain bridges, and potentially partnering with established stablecoin issuers to enhance trust and credibility. So this is where the KF comes to put into factor here. You've got DWF Labs right now, partner with Kaspa. You've also got Igra Labs, who are building smart contracts or similar to that on Platform. You've now got Bit Labs, who's now an audit partnership with Kaspa as well. So you've got now partnerships coming through to Kaspa. So if Kaspa, partnerships coming through to KF, therefore onto Kaspa. So if KF can partner with established stablecoin issuers, that could also help build more trust and credibility to Kaspa platform as well. And equally, the KRI are going to help with their infrastructure projects to build these sort of enterprise level wallets for their institutional clients to let this stablecoin to work as well. So Kaspa have already taken into account what they can do to overcome these potential rug pulls and the potential shortcomings and challenges. But it's not easy. It's not easy. The truth is, no matter how nicely designed, stablecoins are destined to go unpegged at some point. Even Kaspa's can go unpegged at some point. How far can go unpegged, what's the impact, and what will be the fix? Like it or not, Kaspa and its prospective stables will face similar challenges. Without high APY, how shall we attract users to give up their stablecoins, which are more familiar to them and of a higher market cap than the new one? Narratives and concepts are not as straightforward as returns in money. They have CoinPal.io, that could be one solution. They have many more other options to them they're trying to look in towards now, and they're making the partnerships right now to help them do this. Why is this important? Because stablecoins are revolutionary. The Federal Reserve highlighted a while back in this article here, over 80% of trade volume on major centralized crypto exchanges involve stablecoins as part of the traded pair. And out of those stablecoins, 99% are dollar-backed stablecoins. I highlighted this article recently as well. Zero Hedge an article about how stablecoin volume surpassed both Visa and MasterCard combined last year in 2024. This is why institutions want access to blockchain technology, because stablecoins are much better for transacting money than it is to do with natural fiat. The annual stablecoin transfer volume reached 27.6 trillion last year, surpassing the combined volumes of Visa and MasterCard by 7.7%, which is calculated to be in and around $5 to $6 trillion, I believe. Maybe less than that. Point being, it's a lot of money that stablecoins did more so than Visa and MasterCard. It's a very, very big deal. About 1.7 trillion, I think. That's why stablecoins are very, very important. That's why, the ones that are already established have a very good standing right now, Circle and Tether, although Tether is having some shortcomings because it's not transparent. Hence why Mika's coming in and kind of ruining the game in that regard. And you're seeing, as Harvard have already highlighted back in 2024 of August, there's currently a race to dominate stablecoins. Stablecoins have the potential to rewire the global financial system, hence why you got this here. In doing so, they could allow software to eat banking and financial services, sectors left relatively untouched by the internet. They could displace legacy payment and credit card networks such as Swift, Visa, and MasterCard. It is already happening here, and it's already happening with Swift as well. Stablecoins are extremely important to become, more grounded in this crypto space. If you're L1 platform, if you're a blockchain, if you're a ledger that can transact stablecoins efficiently, and even then launch your own stablecoin, therefore your transactions are going through a lot more as well, that's going to bring so much more adoption and demand to your platform, thus increasing your credibility, therefore increasing the value of the whole platform and the whole project, and therefore increasing the value of Kaspa as well. JP Morgan has highlighted as well that it's even said that stablecoin issuers who adhere to regulations will benefit from the upcoming regulatory crackdown and gain market share. And Kaspa, thanks to the KII, will have and are currently building a regulatory roundtable to make sure they comply with regulations from day one. KEF, having a partnership with an audit company, gives them more credibility and will help them in trying to get to this regulatory clarity as well. And these sort of events they're doing as well will also help. Kaspa's debut in 2025 at Crypto XR in France happened last month, so we're getting more adoption in that regard as well. Kaspa also have an extremely well thought out platform. In approximately 2 months' time, Kaspa will become faster than Solana BPS with crescendo update, as highlighted in this video right here. We're now 1 BPS right now. As soon as it flips on the switch to 10 BPS happening in the next month or two, Kaspa will be much faster than Solana and Hyperliquid and everything else in this space. And we'll also, in due time, see it go to 100 BPS in the future. And look at that. You can't even really see that properly. It's going so quickly. Completely obliterating every other project in the space. Sui, Hyperliquid, XRPs, Solana, you name it. This is what Kaspa's trying to build. And that's what I believe is going to help them gain the adoption it needs. And when it launches stablecoin, those who realize the significance of the platform that Kaspa's built, this ledger, will see that it's more worthwhile than jumping on that, as opposed to using something that is going to be slower or crash consistently. If Kaspa can make sure they are reliable, that will be this, this sort of heaven shining light for institutions to see, okay, we've been looking for this ideal, infrastructure that can handle trillions of dollars. Because again, JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon himself stated that JP Morgan transacts tens of trillions of dollars a day. If everything had to go to blockchain, which as CoinPal highlight here, Brian Armstrong calls to put all government spending on blockchain. Everything's going to go through blockchain. Trillions of dollars daily through blockchain. They need infrastructure that can handle those sort of volumes without crashing, which is a tall task. It's already going to be cheaper and going to be quicker as well than Swift. It's already an upgrade, but how can they make sure that it's going to be the best as possible? That's what Kaspa can offer. What Kaspa's trying to build and offer for them. They've got a tall task ahead of them with stablecoins. We know they're coming out this year, which is very bullish, and we know the demand stablecoins have in this space. So if Casper can, solidify itself in regard to what they're building and prove itself as an efficient platform, which I think they will be able to do. So it won't happen overnight, of course. Let's be realistic here. It won't be a flip of the switch necessarily. It will be a gradual, inclusive adoption. But if Casper can showcase itself to have a very, very efficient, if not the most efficient platform in this space, while being decentralized, therefore, but also being more secure, that stablecoin, which is going to be hard for people to, leave their stablecoin of choice, because again, it's just their comfort picks, Casper will be able to do it. And the KRI have the institutional clients to help them with their stablecoins they're going to issue as well. So it's again, these listings, while important, I do want to see these listings called Crypto.com, Coinbase, Binance, OKX. I want to see them, of course, but I'm looking for the long-term vision. Stablecoin, long-term vision for Casper. What it will bring to Casper in terms of years of adoption will be absolutely game-changing. Therefore, when you see 8 cents Casper, you'll be blinking, and next thing you know, Casper's are like $3. Maybe not this year, maybe not till, next bull cycle, we'll have to wait and see. But point being is Casper right now, it's been, a rough 6 to 7 months since here, to say the least, come down 60%. And we can see more downside, definitely. But what's coming to this space soon enough, and what Casper's building right now, I still don't need to be worried. Smart contracts going to be huge as well, 10 BS going to be huge as well. DAG Night, hopefully come out this year as well. I'm not worried in the slightest. Stablecoins are going to be game changing for Casper. They've got a tall task ahead of them, everyone does. Ripple have the advantage of having their institutional clients. That's why the RUSD can get adoption. What does Casper have? Revolutionary technology. And that's going to gain them a lot of market share once the adoption floods through, once they've built it. Until then, you might see more manipulation. It's not going to be easy. Holding Casper has never been easy. So ultimately, keep doing your research and understand what you hold, and you'll see what's coming to Casper is going to be very revolutionary. The KF made some significant changes in the past week, and I think it's going to transform Casper to the next level to make sure that 2025 is this pivotal year for Casper adoption, to get his name out there, solidified in this space, and to therefore allow it to keep scaling more and more, because the more adoption it gets, the more these institutional clients will recognize them as well and decide it's worth their while to partnership with them as well, or at least work with them, or work with the KF and KRI to partner with them to be working on top of Casper. That's what we're waiting for Casper. That's what we're waiting for crypto right now. We've got a lot more to come. There's a lot more coming to this space. This article I'm going to probably cover in a moment right now, talking about how we could potentially see more upside or more downside again very, very soon. The Fed Reserve repo, the RRP, is now down $2.5 trillion from the peak of 2022 December. Talking about the whole, borrowing element of stuff right now, which means we could be seeing a debt crisis, which could also lead to the end of QT and the start of QE. And QE will be great to see more money coming to the market, into the economy, and sending crypto, and therefore, of course, Casper much higher as well. Problem is that those stablecoins might not be adopted. Why not USDT though? Why not be part of the whole ecosystem? I mean, you're completely right, Lieutenant. So, yeah, the problem is they may not be adopted. That's the whole message that Johnny is talking about here. The problem is, how can you make sure that your stablecoin, when it's launched, will be able to compete and surpass the likes of the popular ones already that are already being used? Everyone uses Circle or Tether right now. How are you going to make sure your new stablecoin comes out and is going to be able to compete, if not surpass those ones, and get more market share at a smaller market cap? How can you make sure that happens? It's a tall task, and they've got to think about how to do it. And the way they think they're going to do it is either by offering APY, but again, seemingly they don't want to do that, because in doing that, you can, cause other issues. So without offering high APY, how can they attract the users to get the stablecoin form which are more familiar to them? You could do by building a strong and secure ecosystem. So what Casper is already building right now, by developing robust infrastructure like enterprise level wallets, which again the KRI are going to be doing that part, and cross-chain bridges, which again I think that's currently what Incurred Labs are trying to do with the EVM zero knowledge based roll-up on Casper right now, building that on top of it. So you're going to see that stuff already coming to fruition, or potentially partnering with established stablecoin issuers. So maybe they partner with Tether or partner with Circle, which enhance their trust and credibility. So they're trying to figure out how to do it right now. That's what we've been thinking about for quite some time now. I've been trying to do some research into it. So we'll have to see how it goes, obviously. But I'm optimistic they'll still be able to find out a good method to do so. Sorry, that's my throat. because the tech they're working on with it when it comes to the stablecoin they're creating will reduce energy costs. I mean, yeah, that's also another element to it as well. They've got to try and figure out the way to get the adoption going through. Unfortunately, I see, well, Kaspa retested the 7 cents. Storage RSI 1 day, okay, but week is approaching 20. Let's wait, but the rebound is coming soon. In any case, I do hope it will come soon as well. I mean, again, Kaspa in the short term is tough to say. Right now, C Crypto, our experienced trader as part of the executive community, has been so far accurate on his prediction, stating that this seems to be a very strong level of support, being the rebound level, and so far we've been holding that. Again, if Bitcoin comes down further, which it may do, right now it's still holding around 95k. If it comes down to 92k, I think Kaspa will come back down to 7 cents. But if you can hold there, maybe see Kaspa make a gradual recovery, if you will. But we have seen already, people say 5 cents Kaspa, again, it's still possible, but we haven't seen already on the exchanges, you've got a massive buy wall at 7, 6.9, 6.8, like all these, everything under 7 cents, you've got a massive buy wall, so going below 7 cents is going to be quite difficult. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. You might see exchanges trying to dump it further to make it happen, but it's going to be quite difficult. And when people are selling their bags, exchanges are buying the dips. Again, manipulation continues to happen more and more, even in crypto. You've got to know what you hold, that's all it is. What's up, Mike? Hope you're doing very, very well. I'm doing alright, you know, not feeling the best, a little bit, you know, high fever, sore throat. I've got some Lucozade right now, just trying to hope the sugar helps give me some energy to do this, but yeah, I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking, my man, and welcome back to the stream. Mr. Miles Pawn for Duty, great to have you back, my man. Hope you're doing very well. Kaspa bottom prediction? I mean, tough to say. It depends on it. Kaspa bottom, it's tough to say right now because it depends on the macro. Of course, you can see some listings coming through very soon, like potentially Binance again is mere days away. That could be very big, helping Kaspa start to rally in price. But again, with the current market conditions for Kaspa and also the trading volume, it seems kind of unlikely. It only being a 48 mil market volume right now, it seems kind of unlikely. We'll have to wait and see, though. I'm optimistic it still could happen in February for Binance and Kaspa. But it depends mainly on some potential catalyst happening soon for Kaspa that could help stabilize, if not cause a relief rally, or more so the macro elements again. This sort of stuff here. When we get Bitcoin Reserve, when we get stablecoin builds, United States are currently building stablecoin builds as well. That could be very big for more adoption. It'll take some time. I hope everyone is enjoying this rollercoaster. Stay put and positive. We are in the best project period. I completely agree, Mila. Mining wise, my opinion, is when Kaspa started, you get 200 Kaspa per block, and now it's 50. Before it was CPU, now it's ASICs. Now companies will mine before normal people. Kaspa's hard scheduler is safer. Oh. Again, I don't mind Kaspa, but if that's the incentive for miners, and that's a very good thing, I like to believe. For miners and Bitcoin, I think. Yeah, Kaspa's hard schedule is safer for miners than Bitcoin. I mean, also there's probably more profit in Kaspa mining right now than in Bitcoin anyways right now, I think. But again, I'm not too sure. But Buffalo always says yes. Love the profile picture again, the natural NFT. Leave a like, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more. Calling all Kaspa devs and community with its blazing fast MPS. Kaspa is primed to be a stablecoin haven. Let's focus on attracting stablecoin projects, building robust DeFi infrastructure. I mean, that's ultimately again one of these strategies that Johnny just highlight here as well. About, you know, potentially bringing in some more DeFi financial products based on Kaspa. So there's a possibility of that as well. That could be a very, very big thing that could definitely help again Kaspa more adoption. Of course, being a stablecoin is so much more popular. And actually, Johnny did highlight here as well. In addition, Kaspa Foundation is pleased to announce that they actually won the Sugi Money, winning the first Liberland National Debate Championship prize. So from Hobby Global. So I mean, that's a pretty good thing. Doesn't we get a Hobby Global listing? Who knows? But it's good to see that they're still, you know, making more developments and stuff like that. That's what we want to see for Kaspa. Continually making more milestones, making more developments and achievements that will continue to increase the credibility. And the more partnership they get, the more adoption they get, the faster Kaspa will recover and excel and surpass everyone's expectations. I'm so excited that Kaspa could attract stablecoins. This is essentially my opinion to its success. Besides Gigawatt, do we know if there are any others in the works? Gigawatt is what the KRI are building right now. So I don't think they have any others known stablecoin issuers. We know that there's KRI building Gigawatt. We do also know that Kaspa are currently testing, where is it? They are currently testing stablecoins right now. So everything that is someone who's testing stablecoins on Kaspa, maybe it's Gigawatt, we don't know. It's currently under the label of USDX. We do know they're coming. And when they'll come, we don't know. We do know that it is coming this year. So that is good to see. Shout out again, Kaspa Frog, for showcase it to me, my man, because he's the reason that I actually saw this as well. Stablecoin coming in the field for Kaspa. Hope for 5 cents, but if Bitcoin stays at 90k, I don't see it going than 7 for my part. And again, right now Bitcoin is hovering at 95k. If Bitcoin comes down to 92, and if it comes down gradually, then we'll have to see. Because again, what it does depend on once more is the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance right now is still very, very high. As I highlighted in my stream yesterday, this seems to be a part where you can start seeing a relief and start coming down a little bit, which means you see alt start to fly a little bit more. If it comes down, then fantastic. Right now we're still holding above this trend line, so we're quite a ways off that for the trend line to reach that. For me, I think if Bitcoin can consolidate at this level for the next week or so, that'd be all right. And then you see alts probably start to make a little bit of a rally back up again as the money starts cycling back into them. A little bit of a relief. If Bitcoin comes down heavier, down to 92k, if worst case comes down to 85 sort of thing like that, you can then probably see Kaspa come down quite heavy as well to 5 cents. But for the time being, Kaspa, for the project, nothing's changed fundamentally about the project right now. So it depends on what Bitcoin and the macro news come to fruition. If there's more developments for the tariffs, trade war, that could be definitely very, very bad. But otherwise, hoping Kaspa can still hold strong at this level right now. I'll have to wait and see. Sorry. Indeed, stablecoins are in Kaspa will definitely be widely used for global transactions and different industry initiatives. We just need to be patient and let it happen. I mean, that's my belief as well. Kaspa's got a tall task ahead of it. Trying to launch stablecoins in the market right now is a tall task. Right now, many projects are trying to launch stablecoins again. It's just a race to launch stablecoins. Many are trying to do so. So it's going to be a very tall task for Kaspa, but I think they're going to be able to do it. They've got some good partnerships already. They're building more. They've got great infrastructure. They'll hopefully get them more market share as well. A lot of liquidity to take from 99.4k Bitcoin, 90k. After that, not too much to take from a rebound because it's just above is just juicy. Sorry, I'm struggling. I mean, fundamentally, yeah, I agree. I think from what I've seen so far, again, this is what the experienced trader in our community, C Crypto, did also highlight this as well about the potential of 92k being potentially good for a long trade. So far, his predictions for the market have been very scary accurate. He's been very, very good so far, which is another massive benefit to those who are part of the community here, learning more regarding the alpha information from institutional clients and what they want, the belief they have in AI, and also these crypto infrastructure projects and the adoption they're going to get, alongside these buy and sell alerts, alongside hidden gems and whatnot, and everything else, weekly live streams with pronoun and all this sort of stuff provided there. Can offer a lot more in there. So it's been very, very good so far. And members are growing slowly but steadily, and I think they're definitely seeing benefits from it. And of course, we're there to offer as much as we can do. People have questions, of course, we ask them as well. So if you want to know more, by all means, again, come check it out. It's a 7-day free trial. You can join for free, and it's only $4.99. And when we do increase the price in the future, you will not be having to pay any more because you'll be grandfathered in this price if you join right now. Apologies. Good afternoon, Alyssa. Glad to call the live. We are in the middle of the bull run. We haven't hit the parabolic phase yet, similar to 2017. I'm buying Kaspa a few memes and Bitcoin. What anyone sell right now? Good question. It's a very good question. I don't know why anyone sell either myself. I understand the fear right now, but you're selling right now, you're at a loss. If you're holding strong, like a lot of us are, you might be down, but you're not out yet. And you also do understand, or at least a lot of us understand, this market is not new. Markets go, even though people get so caught up in the idea we're in a bull run, therefore we have to be pumping all the time. No. It's a time where you should be pumping, but it doesn't mean you have to be pumping all the time. Bull runs also have pullbacks. We're going through right now a pullback. Bitcoin, in the last cycle, in January 14th, right here, we saw Bitcoin reach here, and then we saw roughly a 30% pullback before they reached its first top in March, in April. So, and now it's in the bull run as well. We're just seeing a very similar thing right now. We saw Bitcoin earlier make a top here, go through a correction of about 15%, and now it's doing a similar thing again right now, holding strong at this level. It's only down 11%. It could come down further, God forbid. But at the same time, doesn't mean it's done for. With what's coming out, we haven't got stablecoin builds yet. We haven't got even the official confirmation that banks can actually start custodying crypto yet. So they haven't got the bills and the regulations yet. That's coming through. Again, documents are provided to the executives here. Institutional documents have highlighted that Trump has 90 days to do so. And we're currently only, 3 weeks into his term? He's got 90 days got another 70 days or so to implement these stablecoin regulations. That will be the kind of institutional green light to bring more money coming in. So right now, got nothing to worry about, I believe. Yeah, crypto's not for everyone. I completely agree. But again, it's why I highlight time and time again, don't be emotional, logical, and keep doing your own research. If you understand what you hold, you keep researching, and you keep understanding, like, you won't be worried. Nothing to worry about. The place is looking very, very bullish still. And Kaspa keeps building, which is very, very good. Lambo Council, not at all. Who is leading up to the discussions with Kaspa KRI? It's a very attractive topic. I think it depends on the industry. I think the KRI, I think the people who are focal points for Kaspa, to my knowledge, again, I don't have insider knowledge on Kaspa. I just cover the project from what I know. I think Roy O'Neill of the KRI is a focal point for KRI and therefore part of Kaspa. I think Wolfie, who's the business development and listing, is also focal point for Kaspa, and also then Johnny of the KF, also focal points for Kaspa, to help them get the discussions with these, institutions and whatnot. What about integrating existing stablecoins to Kaspa USDT? I understand the process. Well, I think that's kind of what they're also trying to determine as well. Here, they also talk about how they could potentially implement one of the stablecoin issuers, like Tether as well. So I'm sure they'll hear more about it in the due time. If Kaspa platform becomes really, really widely adopted due to its 10 BPS, due to its stablecoin issuance, due to its decentralized nature, you'll probably see these stablecoin issuers want to jump on Kaspa just to gain, more adoption as well. Keep in mind, 90% of people investing into crypto will lose. It's a unfortunate truth. Some will win, many will lose. You're sure staying on the winning side of the road. I mean, yeah, again, that's what you could do on research. Crypto is not an easy thing to win. Like, doing your research is very hard. Holding a project when it's down, like the reason why a lot of people are losing crypto is because when the project goes down, they sell and they panic. Now, sometimes it's worthwhile. Sometimes the project's not going to come back. But for me, Kaspa's one that will come back and do better. That's why when it's down, I'm not selling. That's why I'm holding that's why I'm looking at other projects as well all the time, trying to see if I can. I mean, right now I'm taking a bit of a hold on just my projects because right now the market's this way. But right now, when the market's down, it's not time to panic. It's time to do more research to find other projects that have good potential. There are lots out there. I think Dsync's one. Some I've been holding. I think very, very good, like Dsync. I think Tao's could be a big one as well, make all-time highs, if not higher. I'm optimistic about a lot of these projects still. Oh, it's true, Mila. I bought one tandem or one key. Heard of the scams again, and exec unfortunately for them. I mean, yeah, exec right now. I have heard they've gone through some very sus things recently. They said their funds are safe, but they had when the whole Kaspa crashed, they had a whole massive issue with it. When that Binance listing, unsure. Right now, it seems the distribution period is going to be ending on the 14th of February. So that's about 5 days from now. So hopefully we'll see it by the end of the week. That's, again, speculative if we get that or not. If not, there'll be a lot of FUD, I'm sure, but I'm not worried either way. I'm sure we'll see it maybe in and around 10 BPS. But again, I'm still optimistic we can still see it in February. I don't see why we can't. I think it's still a good possibility of such. Because that would be, 1 month before 10 BPS comes out. And we're seeing, again, Wallet 5 constantly testing right now. It's almost scary how much they're just constantly testing Kaspa and buying more Kaspa. They should be buying more Kaspa either tomorrow or Thursday or Tuesday. So if you see more Kaspa being scooped up very shortly. The only problem I see is Marathon having to sell so much. They understand they can't own more than 54% or Kaspa loses its centralized feature. Yeah, that's part of the problem, but again, I'm not, in the long term, I'm not actually that worried about it. Because, it makes, the fact that you got Marathon even back in Kaspa in itself is still very bullish. But at the same time, yeah, I do also believe they're very far away from 51% again. I do, yeah, I think they're very far away right now. I mean, they can probably scoop up more, but they're very far away from it right now, I think. USDT is pegged to USD fiat currency. Yes, it is, but yeah, USD Tether is definitely one-to-one pegged with the dollar, with fiat currency, but it has had issues in the past where it has been depegged and falls below $1. It's not an uncommon thing, it's not an uncommon thing at all. But it's just whether it can recover or not. Of course, Tether being the biggest stablecoin issuer, it does recover quite quickly normally, but some believe it won't recover one day. We'll have to wait and see, of course. If you have your profit taking strategy down, you really relieve yourself of the stress. I mean, yeah. Sorry, again, I'm My foot's hurting so much. Yeah, if you have your profit to take a strategy, like your profit taking strategy down, then you're not so much focused on Kaspa will hit $2, $3, $5. I mean, as much as I do believe $2 Kaspa possible and potentially even higher, my whole logic will be looking towards potential market sentiment and, when the market is deemed to quote unquote top, and just trying to take profits where I can. But fundamentally right now, I don't plan to sell anything below $1 Kaspa. Unless, the cycle gets to a very stage of like seeing it going to top out, and I'm like, okay, Kaspa's not going to make any more rally, and then I'll probably take a little bit out, and as soon as it starts correcting, I'll start DCing into it again. Is it really decentralized when 300% of the coins? Why am I bugging out here? I mean, I understand the sentiment. I understand the sentiment definitely, and it is a good question. Is it really decentralized when that many just hold that many of the coins? But at the same time, which Buffer 3 holds answer there as well. Think about other projects. Every other project in this space. You look at XRP. I think like over 50% is owned by the actual insiders, the employees and the developers. Even Bitcoin right now, like that's less decentralized as well than Kaspa. In the top 10 holders, Kaspa is sitting at 17%. Bitcoin's like 25-26%, I think. Decentralization is hard to attain, of course, when you've got big wallets who could just buy the majority of the supply. But the good thing is Kaspa's supply is drastically falling off, and there will be a supply shock in due time because it's almost 90% mined. I mean, you see demand rise higher and higher as well. I will not sell the bottom. Good to hear, Leo. Keep it on, my man. That conviction is very strong. Many people still don't understand Ghost Tech Revolutionary. To me, it's incredible. 100%. Kaspa is really ranked number 2 regarding hash rate. Yep, exactly. Completely right, MMD. Kaspa is already made insane accomplishments. So, but because people are so focused on the price, they're avoiding the accomplishments already made. Of course, price is important. You want to see your profits actually come to fruition, but that's why, again, Saint highlights here, hash rate is more important for Kaspa because it showcases the adoption still there, and therefore, when the supply shock comes in, the price will rally with it. So having the gigawatt stablecoin means you don't need to have USD to trade energy. So it's a solution to getting rid of the petrodollar. I mean, that is actually a very interesting thesis, and it makes sense to me. It does, and that would be absolutely revolutionary, and that could be very scary for the likes of America as well. That could be a very, very scary feat. So yeah, that's another challenge for Kaspa to overcome as well. That comes to fruition. I mean, it's a very, very big thing. That could be very scary. Top wallets or exchanges anyways. I mean, that's also true. They're also exchanges. Creator bid goes back. It's a bit of a duplicate of virtual protocols. I always keep an eye on it. Good to hear. Apologies again. I'm actually about to throw up. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to have to wrap up very shortly. We need to know how much percentage of Kaspa is held by exchanges and how much percentage is held by normal people, and how many holders are there. Not amount of wallets. I mean, if that's a feature that comes out in the future, it'd be very, very good, but it's not so easy to calculate. Some exchanges haven't got a tag next to it. Like this one here's KuCoin, but not got a tag next to it. So it's not an easy thing to do, but we'll have to wait and see. I hope they'll implement that feature. That would be a good feature to implement though. Would you hold Kaspa till next bull run? Yes. I'd take profits. I would be taking profits, but I'll be also buying back in again. I'll be taking profits, but I won't be, completely zero Kaspa. I'll take like 80%, let's just say, and then I'll buy back in, DCA back in, and holding it continuously till next 2 or 3 bull runs. But that being said, because I actually feel very, very bad right now, thank you all for watching today's daily live stream. If you enjoyed, leave a like, share your friends, subscribe for more. Ultimately, Kaspa right now, price is down. Things are looking dire, but keep your research up, keep learning more. We're not out of the woods just yet. Could see more downside, but I think we've still got a lot more coming. Stablecoins coming to Kaspa will be absolutely game-changing. If you want to know more, by all means, come check out the free community. Link in the description chat, also my homepage. And if you want to be even more logged in and benefit from crypto regarding other market projects, other sentiment, learning a whole lot more from in-depth insight from researchers and whatnot, who are given institutional documents and alpha information, then by all means, come check out the executive page, the WAP. Have a great day, good evening, good night. Leave a like, share with your friends. Thank you very much, Buffalo Theory. And thank you very much for the comments again. Do you think Binance will not list Q? I think they will. I think they will. But thank you everyone for watching today's stream. I'll catch you all hopefully tomorrow. Have a great day, good evening, good night, and